so you can help Justin.
Got it.
Actually, I can't. Justin, you have to make her a host. So you can help if people accidentally unmute or help people enter the room, all the good things. How's it going, guys? Okay, so we're not going to spend too much time waiting for people to join us tonight. We have a lot to cover in a short amount of time, and we want to get through this, and we want to make sure that you guys, are on fire by the end of this call. Can you guys believe this is the last team call of 2021? Isn't that nuts when you sit here and really think about, the power behind that? Like, we've already finished another year. Even if you're a brand new coach, it's still super exciting because here we go into a brand new year. People are excited, people are pumped. A couple of questions to ask ourselves as we're getting warmed up tonight. One, is my business a priority? Really ask yourself that question. Is my business a priority? Because that is what is going to posture your business growth or your business flatlining going into the new year. Okay. Really important question to ask yourself. I would write that down and look at it and really think about it, absorb it, and bring yourself back to your why. And the second question to ask yourself, do I have set business hours for my action steps? Of course, doing all the calls, the Explorer calls, Coach Explorers, any other outside meetings, those are aside from your set business hours for your action steps. So a couple of things to think about as we get started tonight. So there's a few things that we do want to cover. I really want to talk about how this is literally the week. This is the week that is going to really drive our businesses forward with all the New Year resolution seekers, right? All those people that are super excited about who they're going to be in 2022 and this is my year, and all those posts that we see, feed off of those. When you see people making all of these comments, start a private conversation with them. Start those side combos so that you can really dig in with them and find out what they're passionate about. What are they looking forward to in 2022? What are they excited about? And then you can kind of see where either coaching fits in, a healthy body journey fits in, and really find what they're passionate for. So that's what I would definitely suggest. We want to break the internet right now. This is literally the time to get everybody excited with our offer. And that's going to mean disrupting the feed for all of those gym runners, all of the people who are, thinking about running out to go get a gym membership because they think that's the answer. It is our time right now to talk to them about what we've got going on here because we know what we have to offer. So just, you guys very much speak with conviction and get people excited. And we really want to literally take 10% of the market share from gyms right now and put it back in our pocket in our coaching businesses. So I want to talk a little bit about action steps. Like, what is it that we can do to maximize on all of our action right now outside of our daily action steps, outside of the happy birthdays, outside of the, like comments and all those fun things? What else can we do? What can we really do to just, spread this like wildfire and just max out? So, Justin, we want to hear from you a little bit too tonight. So, if you wanted to talk, I think you want to talk about numbers and some of like the deep stuff with us, and then we'll kind of circle back around again.
Yeah, man. Can you guys hear me? Cool. Yeah, no, so I'm excited, guys. I think some of us have been on here long enough and know, and if you're a newer coach, you're gonna kind of just get like a blunt conversation starter. So I had a great question asked earlier. What is our program and like what gets people excited? I think it was actually, I'm gonna put her on blast. Serena's boyfriend asked me that during our practice call. She's a new coach. You guys can welcome her into the group, by the way. But it's really important to really think about that. Like, what is the catchy thing that we talk about? And the only word I could think of was freedom. I mean, it's a pretty good word, right? And I think the biggest thing we have to do shifting from 2022 or 2021 to 2022 is really understand like what we're explaining and how we're explaining it. And understand a couple things. For example, one is speak of the devil. She's coming in right now. I brought on two wonderful coaches in the month of December, right? So one of the things I know for us newer coaches, or even people bringing on clients, is we feel like right now December is the month where everybody's on hold. Nobody wants to do it because the holidays are here. Well, the main holidays are gone. So right now till the 31st, the last of 2021, is a pivotal time, especially if people are going to order and get started for the New Year's, right? Everybody wants to start January 1st or January 2nd, whatever that looks like, and moving forward. But one thing I want to tell you, doing this for 9 years, this is just another month for me. And the reason I say that is if we think about it going into December or November or October, oh, these are the holiday months, that shows up for us. That's how people respond to us. We always we manifest what we're expecting. And if we look for it, we find it. So if we're looking for people to be on pause during November and December, then guess what's going to show up for us? And so that's what I want to tell you guys is I've brought on a few coaches, I brought on a few clients, just like it's another month. It is a great time of the year to start. Don't get me wrong. These are some awesome months to start out because you're setting the trajectory for the rest of 2022. But the idea behind it is it comes down to a numbers game. And I got kind of unplugged a little bit with Serena and her boyfriend today because he wants to know the numbers. And sometimes numbers scare people, right? But if you're wanting to hear them, it is what it is. We know historically for every 10 people you talk to, one is going to show up or be interested right away. Doesn't matter what time of the year it is. Doesn't matter. You just might have to talk to more people or start those conversations a little bit more to find those rhythms. But the 1 in 10 is there. The problem is, I'm just gonna shit on you guys, is we should continue doing these same numbers, but we don't. Oh, it's I'll wait till after the new year to start talking to people because they're not going to be ready right now. Or it's November, Thanksgiving's around the corner. I'll wait to do that post when there's like the prime 6 a.m. The wind's blowing out of the southwest at 4 degrees and the sun, it's going to be 78 degrees, beautiful day in the skies. We have to find that prime time. And, you guys are getting the best of me because it's the end of the year. I won't see you guys till next year. So you'll have to carry this with you. That's why I'm coming in heavy, but it's so true. There's no better time. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong person or the wrong thing to the right person. They're going to come when they're going to come. They're going to show up when they're going to show up. All you got to know is if you're doing the consistency of what your numbers are based on your goals for that month, it'll happen. And sometimes you got to go over, especially if you're a newer coach. If you haven't branded yourself of what you are and people are like, what are we talking about here? You're a coach, right? It takes a little bit extra work at the beginning, but historically for every 10 people you talk to, one shows up or signs interest right away. And for every 5 clients, one becomes a coach. So it's very simplistic. And the thing I want you guys to transition to too is what is this program offering people? Are we a weight management company? Are we a weight loss company? Are we a medication release company? What are we? Do we know what we are? Do we make just a Chubby's list during November and December because it's all related to holidays and food? Or do we go do what Justin did and started talking to people about freedom and time? That's the thing. We don't know when people are going to show up. I talked to Serena's mom. Serena referred her to me. I'm kind of picking on you tonight. I know it's your first time on here, but it's a great example of what happens. I didn't sell her mom. I didn't get her on the big guy to close the deal and all that stuff. I just talked to her long enough to where then all of a sudden something popped into her head and she's like, you know what? Maybe my daughter would be interested in this. And then her daughter shows up. We don't know when people are going to show up. Our job is just to make lists of people we feel could benefit. We feel could have better situations, whether that's physical, mental, or financial. And you just go out and share. And then based on your goals and your timeframes, is you talk to those people a day. So I really want us to understand like what we have here in the word freedom. Freedom could be released from weight loss, from medications, stress, struggles. People are locked down to their jobs because they have to, or in coaching words, you choose to pay your bills. Oh, but you have to pay your bills just to get kicked out. Well, you still have a choice. The choice is what are we going to do? Are we going to stay at that job and beat our heads against the wall because we think that's the only thing? Or are we going to go out and find somebody like us hope dealers who are sharing freedom and not have us be selfish and not share it because we think that they're not going to be interested because they make 6 figures a year? But we don't know the true stories. And those are things that are so important. We just don't know. Our job is to really get out and share numbers. But going back to it, like I said, what are your numbers? What do you want to do in January? What do you want to do in December? What do you want to do in February? What do you want to do in the next 2 years? Some of us are in different age groups. Some of us have more time than others. Let's just be real. Are you going to take the same amount of time as a 30-year-old as you would at 65 or 60? Not that much wiggle room. I told my dad the same thing. I'm not on here to talk down to anybody. I told my dad the same thing. Dad, you don't got time. You're 70 years old. You know what I mean? You don't got time. You definitely don't got time now. But the point is though, is what are we going to do? Who are we going to share this with? What freedom are we going to go to? Who are we going to look for in 2022? So I just wanted to come on here and share that with you guys, but it's real numbers, man. You talk to 10 people a day, one will sign up. If they're not, there's something off we're doing. We're just banging through numbers and just spewing on people. But if you're following the actual consistent action steps, you're genuinely talking to people, you're starting conversations on the health path or on the financial path. If you're doing health assessments, if you're adding them to the groups, if you're following up within 48 hours, that 1 in 10 algorithm works. Guaranteed. 9 years proven that I know of. February 11th, I think. It's proven. There's no magic. So I hope you guys got a lot from this. I'm going to let Desiree take it back, but this is really the importance of what we got going on. You know what I mean? That's all I got, Des.
Good stuff, Jay. No, and that brings me back to my original question when we first opened up the call is my business a priority? And you heard what he said. It has to be like the sunny day. It has to be this. It has to be that. All perfect weather conditions, all perfect, everything lined up. I woke up in a good mood on the right side of the bed. All those things, that doesn't matter. Making our business a priority, it doesn't matter what season we're in. It doesn't matter what happens in life. What matters is, are we still going to continue those business hours that we set for ourselves? And okay, so David, I want to ask you, as far as sponsoring goes, and this is literally, you guys, if we do this right, we are going to explode with sponsoring come March. If we're posturing this the right way, we can explode with sponsoring now. But literally all the people we bring on because of this December dash, we could literally explode with so many new business partners come March, because everyone's going to be on fire 3 months from now with not only their own personal health goals, but also too, they're going to have caught the vision. So Davina, talk to us a little bit about sponsoring. Like, what is it that keeps you so passionate about, just coaching in general? How are you sharing the vision? And just honestly, like, what do coaches look like? That is a question to ask ourselves, because everyone kind of thinks there's a certain person, a certain type of person, or a certain look. What do coaches look like?
That's an amazing one. What do coaches look like? Coaches look like, actually in the very beginning, like they don't want to do it at all. Like, honestly, like my coach asked me like 8 times over and I kept referring people to her, but she wasn't me. And people were watching me and my journey. And I kept saying, you should talk to my coach. You should talk to my coach, because I was passionate about my own journey to lose 100 pounds and the restaurant industry. I always wanted to open up my own restaurant and do that. And then, you know what? A pandemic happened. And next thing you know, we're all like on lockdown. And I'm a prideful Leo that refuses to take money from like handouts. So I decided to go ahead and start the coaching opportunity. And it was the best thing ever. And I love how we talk about ignorance on fire. And it was about just, I don't know what I'm doing, who I'm doing it with, but I'm just going to go and start as many conversations as possible. And that's what happened. And I was able to grow like an associate director to ED business to a 10K club, like boom, 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 after like starting coaching. Because I just started talking to people. That was it. And it's just even like getting all gussied up and going into like a produce section and somebody like complimenting you on your outfit and be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I couldn't have worn this like 100 pounds ago. Or, just things like that. And like just talking to anybody, every cashier you see, all those people. Even the spam callers that call me, I ask them, do you find value in what you do? Would you like to talk about something where you can have conversations with people that will actually want to talk to you? So like just talking to everybody about that. And when it comes to, the people that are in my organization and my clients, anybody who has the biggest struggles, remind them, that the reason why they're having these struggles is so that they can help other people in the future. The other people that they need to help in the future are going to be going through struggles too. And the only way they're going to know how to help people is if they go through it themselves. If we go ahead and, like lovingly, like see people that are, doing our program, or, maybe like, ishing it all the time, but they're on social media all the time. Just let them know, wow, like you post all the time, like you post amazing value. Look at how many people respond to you. Like, have you ever considered doing the coaching opportunity? I know you ish this program and you look at it only from the nutritional leg of it, but look at the overall value that you're also could be bringing to other people in a different way. And, what about that vacation, or, the money that you want to get for other people? Like, and really talking to people with valued conversations, not pushing so much the coaching like you would be the best coach because you like brownies, but like actual conversations about how they are bringing value to you as well. Like, and you're like, you may be their coach, but they're coaching you just as much through their journey as well. Basically just loving on people. My mom was my why to become a coach as well. I found that out later on at Dez's house with my friend Vanessa, who's here as well. We went down there and Jamil showed up, and they asked me to talk about, the body, healthy body. And all of a sudden I had this lightning moment of my mom's last words to me in the hospital. The last thing she ever said to me was, well, I guess you have to go to work now. And at the time I had to go to a minimum wage bartending job where I wasn't happy. And that was the last thing she said to me. And I held so much guilt in that moment for my entire life up until that time when I was at Dez's house and I was talking about it. And I don't know if any of you have ever been around Jamil, but there's something about that man when he's staring at you and you're telling a story that something happens. And that's when it turned into, I got to go to work, but it's not for somebody else, it's for me. And in October of this year, on October 30th, I decided I was going to clock out of working for other people in a restaurant forever. And I am going to be a coach, and I am going to help people build their dreams. And in building their dreams, it's building my own. And the only thing that's going to give up on this is me. I'm going to be the only one that gets in my own way, because anything is possible. Absolutely anything and everything is possible. And I found this amazing, I found 2 books that helped me with this also. The Soul of Money by Lynn Twist, talking about just having everything already. We don't need to like sit there and try to get so many things. We don't have to try. As far as abundance is concerned, it doesn't have to be material objects. And then of course, Atomic Habits. These are 2 books that I just recently read, and I highly recommend both of those.
Awesome, thank you, Davina. So what I hear the most is you guys, honestly, it's passion and sharing your story, which is what she does no matter where she's at, no matter who she's talking to. She finds a reason to bring her story into that conversation with people. And when I asked the question, what do coaches look like? You guys, they look like me and you. Honestly, there's no look to what coaches look like. We all, how many of us, just show of hands, how many of us said we would never coach? How many of us started coaching and we were just kind of like, I'll try it, and didn't really know what the heck it was? There's so many people out there that are just like that, who have no clue what the heck this is until they get in there and start doing it. And then all of a sudden, it just sweeps you off your feet, right? So that's what we're looking for, is just anybody that, when you're having these conversations with them, whether they're a client, whether you've already approached them about coaching before, whether they're one of your sponsored coaches' clients. Remember the layers deep, you guys. There's people that are downline that, can end up being one of your 12 because they catch the vision and they find the passion in what this program has to offer. So really just having in-depth conversations with them about what lights them on fire. What brings you to life? What is it that you would love to do? Something we talked about on our heavy hitters call earlier today with a group of some of my coaching team is when we are going through life and we become parents. Not everybody's a parent, but this is just an example. We always want more for our children, right, than what we had. Start there. Find out what is it that you want to do. What is it that you want to gift your kids? Some people are going to say, "Oh, I'm not looking for more income. I'm not looking to get paid. I just want to help people." Wonderful. What do you want to give away? That could really help people. What is it that you can give away? Do you want to take your family? Do you want to treat your family on an extravagant vacation? Do you have a best friend that you would love to take on a trip with you? Do you have a church that you would love to gift? You know what I mean? Just find other reasons that will really spark their interest and light them on fire. That is a strong why. Or otherwise we're just going to hear, oh, I just want to help people. Oh, my family. They're not going to know what a why is until we kind of bring that out of them. Thank you, Davina. Thank you so much. So you guys, a few action steps, and then I really want to bring on Melissa just for a quick minute. I know we have about 10 minutes left, so I want to try to respect your guys' time. A few action steps, but I want to bring on Melissa too, you guys, because Melissa's a newer coach, you guys. She literally started at the end of September, right before all the madness of the holidays, right? When everybody feels like, oh, everyone's waiting till, the New Year resolution. A lot of that is true, you guys, but it's not if you continue to look and you continue to plant the seeds. Guess what's going to happen to Melissa's business because of the massive action she's been in? She's not doing the bare minimum. So Melissa, can you come off and tell us what the heck are you doing? What is it that you're doing? Because you just completely Justin Avini'd and said, I quit. I'm not going back to a job. I don't want to work for anyone else. So give a little bit of that to us.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm on like cloud nine right now. I actually just told Desiree, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it because I've had a friend who has been watching and watching and watching, and I've reached out to her and she hasn't really responded. You kind of see them just see your message and not really respond, right? Well, she finally told me the other day, okay, so kind of tell me what it's about. Well, she just told me because her and her husband both need it really bad. I just got both her and her husband to do the program, so I'm literally like ordering their food right now while I'm doing this. So I'm just like super excited. Both really need it. But for me personally, I feel like I really think it matters where you come from. I just think people truly just want to see your passion for it and see you like doing it every day and showing something about it every day. I personally love sorry, my heart's racing. I'm just like so excited right now. I fitness and health and I love everything natural. So I kind of just switch it up, but I was in a manager. I was a driver for FedEx for a year. I did loans, and the loans is kind of like what finally broke me down and what actually got me to start the program. I just, I hate working for somebody else,
Hey Melissa, we're losing you a little bit, so I'm going to move forward because you're breaking up too much for us to really hear your share. I hate that, but we'll bring you on next time when you have a little bit better connection too. But you guys, she's been on fire, and that's the reason I wanted her to share with you guys, because even as a brand new coach, she said nothing is going to stop me from reaching this goal. I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm going to get those bonuses. I'm going to crush this December dash. Don't forget, every 5 clients, $250 bonus. She wants to max out on all of this. We have on all of it. We have until the 9th of December. So of January. So she's just been on fire. It's been really cool to watch her and her passion and her drive, even with being brand new through the holidays. So I just wanted her to give a little bit of that fire to you guys. So as far as some action steps go before we call it a night, you guys, Justin already said one of them. He said, if you talk to 10 people a day, this is what's going to happen. Find 10 people a day to share your story with. That's all it is, you guys. It's not just, hey, I have this program. Do you know anybody looking for it? Sometimes, yes, but if we haven't already cultivated trust and started authentic conversations with some of these people, it's going to look like we're trying to get them. And the best way to not feel like we're trying to get people is to literally stop trying to get people. So just start those conversations. Find people to share your story with, and something that's really cool to do too as part of an action step, go live, you guys. How many of us are so scared of lives? I hated doing lives in the beginning. I hated being on Zoom and talking on camera when I was a brand new coach. It's just so crazy how much we evolve through this process. But do the live. No matter how much it scares you, do it scared. Do all things scared, because that is how you're going to grow. That is how you're going to become the person you've always wanted to be. All the things where you said, man, I wish I was a little bit more like that. Man, I wish I was a little bit more like Justin. Man, I wish I was a little bit more like David. You guys, that doesn't just start from nowhere. We have to grow we have to grow through what we go through. So literally take all of your challenges every time it feels like you're going uphill, you're going the right way, and just run with it. So do a Facebook Live and really talk about why you're excited for this coaching opportunity. Like, what are you passionate about? Talk about what coaching has done to bless you. If you feel like you're too new and you don't really know what to talk about, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't have a million things to say. And, you know, I am integrated galactical and I have a new boat, Justin, and I have a new, you know, all these things that he gets to go do that are fun. Just because we're not quite there yet, it doesn't matter. People fall in love with your passion. They fall in love with what you're excited about. What are you going to do? What are you looking forward to? What's coming in this next year? Declare it, say it out loud. Talk about all of those things that you're excited to bring to the table and all the people that you're excited, you know, to bring along with you. You know, be Melissa, who says, I'm brand new and I'm never going to go work for someone else again. Be that person. Be excited. And when you do those lives, you guys, people see the passion. And we, on our call earlier, we talked, you know, really in depth. Someone had a great question and they said, well, how do you kind of talk about your coaching journey or like what coaching has done for you without feeling like you're, you know, you're like showing off? You guys, who said it earlier? Justin, was that you that said you can't say the right thing to the wrong person and you can't say the wrong thing to the right person? Literally, the people that are already wanting to choose to hate and show up with that, you know, with that perspective, that's what they're going to do. But guess what? Guess where their life probably is, right? Probably not in a good place, because people that are already above you are never going to look down on you. They're always going to want to lift you up to bring you along with them. So that is something I can promise you. So take that fire and share it. Give it away. Share on your Facebook Lives with passion, because that's when people fall in love with you, when they believe you. Just a message, just a post, you can't transfer that feeling. But when you talk to people, and the way that I love to explain it is, it's like hearing your favorite song on the radio. Yeah, this is cool, my favorite song, yay. But what about going to the concert? What about when you're there and the music is so loud, it's like the bass is going through your body and everyone next to you is singing the words and everyone's just on this high? That is what you're trying to give away. It's literally that feeling. So go give it away, do the live. And then, okay, Michelle Bomba shared something earlier that was a really good point. Some of us are probably already doing it, but if you have any inactive clients who have not been here for a year, get them excited again. Let them know that you can get them $120 off their first order if they're kind of sort of thinking about coming back and rocking this program all over again, or if they know anybody who's looking for it, because they get the 5 free boxes all over again if they haven't ordered in a year. And number 2, they don't have to order books again. If they have the new set. If they're from way long ago, then yes, they need the books. But if they already have the books, we don't need 2 sets of books. So they're really getting a nice looking discount. So you guys take that, share it, give it away, and you know, get people excited. And just remember, there's so much power in your story. Go share your story and then go share more of it. Justin, do you have anything else, my friend?
No, man, everybody have a happy new year, and, you know, take this time to go create community. You know, go to places that you don't normally go, talk to people you wouldn't normally talk to, be excited about things you don't normally get excited about. I mean, I literally talk to anybody and everybody, dude, even at a gas pump. As silly as that sounds, like, just say hi. Start with saying hi to somebody. Go outside your comfort zone. Talk to people about, you know, their car, their house. You know, the thing is too, is don't think follow-up is just like, hey, dude, you ready to coach? Oh, okay, talk to you later. Talk to you next month. It could just be, hey, how you been? How's the weather up there? How's the weather over there? Have you traveled lately? I know it's been a crazy time. How was your new year? That can be a follow-up, but a genuine follow-up. Don't just do it over robotics. Like, Justin says I need to follow up with 10 people, so I'm going to mass text this out. No, man, every person's going to have their own personality. Every person's going to have an ending of a conversation you had with them. But that's what matters. Connecting with people, keeping them in your forefront, doing your posts, going through the new year, going to events, go to somebody's. Here's another thing that's challenging. I always try, if you ever watch my stories, Success Leaves Clues, just FYI, you'll see me hang out with certain groups of friends, but it's never the same group of friends for long, right? Look at me and Jamil. We used to hang out all the time at the beginning. We don't hardly ever hang out anymore. We'd like to, but that's not going to grow our business if we're always hanging out with the same 5 people. They've already heard your story. If they're going to come, they would have probably already came, right? If they're that close to you, you don't need to be on top of them to decide to show up, right? Janie, it only took my friend from 5 years old to finally get his baby mama on and be a coach, right? Only took 9 years, no biggie. but you don't have to be on top of those people for them to figure stuff out. So go out, create different groups, be in different communities. You'll see me. Some days I'm on a boat with this person. Some days I'm on a boat with that person. Some days I'm out off-roading with this group of people. Another guy invites me. Yesterday I was jeeping with a buddy. Hadn't talked to him in 8 months. So those are the things you want to learn for. Yes, have your community time, your special dinners, your special birthdays, bring those people back 100%. But if you're going to create these different groups, create different environments, constantly be moving things around every 2, 3, 5 months. If somebody invites you to a New Year's thing and it's like, man, it's New Year's, I don't know. But then that other crowd, it's like, what is that way out? I missed being in a wedding to go to Sundance. Good friend. But guess what? Sundance at that time in my life was more important than that friend's wedding. Just was. And guess what? We don't talk anymore. So did I make the right choice at the right time? You never know, right? So put yourselves in positions that sometimes don't make you comfortable. Go and meet new people. Go talk. That's all you got to do is go talk. So I hope you guys have a happy New Year. I hope you had a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, or, you know, I know there's different things going on in the world, but that being said, we'll see you guys next year. And let's really ramp this thing up. We got till January 9th, man. And it's only going to help us have that pocket change recovery for all those gifts you guys bought me. I mean, your family. Just kidding. All right. Well, have a good night, guys. We'll talk to you soon.